Sea Sparrow. Hello, hello, hello. Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna review the most anticipated Sea Sparrow. So there you go, it's 1.8 million. We're looking forward to this. Fortunately, I have a full, so I'm gonna unfortunately, it's not a Pegasus vehicle. I was really hoping that it was a Pegasus vehicle, so in the Boden heist finale, especially if you're doing a replay, it'd be very cool if we pick people up, but fortunately, it's not meant to be. So it's very similar to the Buzzard, the Sea Sparrow. If you don't have a hangar, you need a hangar. It's stored in a hangar, so that means you're looking at least $1 million for the cheapest hangar, 1.2, whatever it is. Or so it is behind the paywall. So, and if you want to modify it, you need the hangar workshop, which is another $1 million. So if you don't have a helicopter and you're wondering whether you should get the Sea Sparrow or the Buzzard, of course, without a doubt, the Buzzard, because you can call it as a CEO and it spawns right next to you. The Sea Sparrow does not spawn next to you, so if you have everything and obviously you got a whole bunch of money, then it's probably worthwhile. So it has been delivered here. You're probably looking at about another $200,000 to upgrade it. So it's close to just over, a bit over 2 million, but we'll go through the options. Now, the most disappointing thing about the Sea Sparrow is it does not have any anti-missile systems built into it. It would be great if it had flares or chaffing or something like that to make it all worthwhile, but fortunately, they decided not to do that. So it takes about one rocket to blow it up. There we go. Clear it here. Go look at the modding options, and then we'll take it out for a spin and. Unfortunately, it's a two-seater. The Buzzard's a four-seater. So again, the Buzzard wins from that perspective. You can pick up your teammates if there's 3 or 4 of you. I don't know what the trend is. The trend of all these new vehicles is only 2. Unfortunately, probably to try and force people to buy more than a single vehicle. Like even the new vehicles and cars are all two-seater. Again, standard armor. Again, armor's just not for missiles or anything like that. It just takes more hits. Like if you bump into stuff, that's really what that armor is. Same for vehicles. Standard engine upgrade. Handling, so probably stock's probably the better one, but we'll go with race handling. Well, now let's take a look. Second color is probably just going to be or whatever you want. Don't get requests like this on military contracts. Okay, so weapons, you have a choice between the minigun and homing missiles. Obviously, as you can see underneath, either one. You only have one choice. Another thing with the Buzzard, you have both. You have by default It's going to be the Buzzard's going to be a lot cheaper. Just in terms, you get both available, which is useful if you're doing hangar missions. Having a Buzzard with the minigun, or
How exactly do you want to explode people?
especially some of those plane missions where you actually have to try and shoot the other helis down, and those do not. So only having one option, unfortunately, is okay, but it's not great. But if you had to, go with one option, obviously homing missiles would be it, I guess. Be more useful. So there you go. So there's no sort of anti-missile systems. There's no chaffing. There's no flares. Unfortunately, with the new helicopter, not having that, that's kind of disappointing, right? Because having something that can, avoid you being blown up.
It's an important decision.
Anyway, let's go test drive this thing. So it's pretty agile. I mean, you can turn quite nicely around. So why don't we test landing on the water? So just seriously, not a good start, I'm afraid. At least it still floats, I guess. There's a view of it looking under the water. So let's say, well, I'm not going to get my dinghy out in the middle of nowhere, right? I'd have expected it to be handle this water a little bit better, being a water helicopter.
MMI, we expect the unexpected. I'll look into it.
Okay, at least to put it close by. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's try to land it just by the shore here. Just to come down a little bit gentle. So as you can see, it's still moving while it's on the water. It's not standing still. If you jump out, the thing's going to continue moving. So you probably don't want to land it somewhere, otherwise you're going to have to do some to it. But let's see what will happen. So straight in the water. Okay, it didn't seem to move too far. There it goes, kind of backwards. Quite fast. It's not even got. It's not ideal. You have to go swim. Let's see how hard it is to get back in this thing. Just climbing up on it, you can stand on it, which is kind of useful, I suppose, if you're trying to shoot stuff. almost feels like one of those RC toys in a way. Let's try to do like a rougher. Versatile. Drifting in the sand, yeah, right? So definitely you can't really land it. You gotta be like, it almost seems you gotta be super gentle with this thing, which I was hoping it would be a lot tougher than that, right? I mean, it'd be more bouncy and.
Mutual, how can I be of service? I can do that.
So, not really impressed too much for a $2 million helicopter. That can't really be take a bit of a beating, even in the water. So yeah, definitely the Buzzard wins for this one. I think if you look for a helicopter, it's Buzzard, the Buzzard is Pegasus, plus you can have it as your personal vehicle if you have a hangar. So you get 2 for the price of 1. Plus you have the CEO vehicle, so you can literally have 3 vehicles out at the same time, 3 Buzzard at the same time. So you have a team of about 3 people. Definitely the Buzzard seems to be the better one. I mean, you should have a Buzzard anyway. But if you guys are trying to make a decision between the Sea Sparrow versus a Buzzard, you know, I think the general consensus is the Buzzard's going to be the better helicopter. If you've got a whole bunch of extra cash to spend and waste, then obviously go ahead and pick up the Sea Sparrow. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of water DLC. I heard there's going to might be a Navy or even some sort of submarine type DLC based on the last current heists. So this is probably just preparing us to have some sort of vehicle that we'll probably use towards that. Okay, let's go get it and we'll be a little bit more gentle. Put it right in front of me, right? I mean, it is a pretty attractive helicopter. It looks kind of cheap, but yeah, you have 2 options for the missiles. So that's 40 missiles so far. at 60. So it doesn't look like you have unlimited vehicle, sort of limited missiles. Looks like, you know, just like the Buzzard, you have unlimited, which is great. Generally all the vehicles here have limited missiles, all the weaponized vehicles. Okay, so let's actually go land it. Yeah, let's take a look. Being super gentle, yeah. As long as you're kind of gentle with it, then yeah, you can't really kind of. Trying to see if it's going to go forward. I mean, it's kind of going forward a little bit, yeah. So yeah, I don't know what kind of uses this will have. I mean, like I said, maybe there'll be a future DLC that we can use this in. It doesn't seem like very useful. There's going to be some missions, like some of the, possibly the hangar missions. Let's do a test on landing on the ground if we're not going to use it. It's really hard. That's not bad, I mean, it's quite stable on ground. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please go ahead and hit that like button, and please consider subscribing to the channel. I would only get this if you're looking for something different. Definitely not a replacement for the Buzzard by any means, just because of the CO stuff. But it's kind of fun to have a vehicle that's a helicopter that can land on water. As long as you're gentle, right? Should be able to take more of a beating landing, but I guess they're trying to keep it more realistic. It doesn't, people say it's faster than the Buzzard, a little bit faster, but it doesn't really seem to be that much faster. Maybe a little bit, but I think I'd still prefer the Buzzard, to be honest. There you go.